Big Sky Outdoors, powered by Town Pump, fueling your next outdoor adventure, is also brought to you by Counter Assault, your ultimate protection in the wild. By Montana Army Navy, get it, get out, and live it. The Outdoor Report is provided by Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks. And Bob Ward's, everything outdoors, Montana style.
Welcome to this week's edition of Big Sky Outdoors. I'm Matt Redding, and on this week's episode, it's a family affair. We're going rafting, doing a little fishing, eating some great food with my dad, my father-in-law, my daughter, Joel's with his sons. Let's go hit it, guys. Let's have some fun. All right. Yeah. Today we are on one of the many tributaries of the Missouri River. So I wanted to bring my family along on this particular river just because it's a very mellow river. And just taking your family down on a river trip, it's just really fun and really easy thing to do. I brought my daughter, who's 8 years old, with me on this particular trip, and it's just a real easy thing to do to pack up as much stuff and all the comforts of home that you want. I mean, you bring your pillow and your big air mattress and all the other things that you normally wouldn't be able to do in a backpacking trip. And you're able to just pile it on like this and row down the river and enjoy the scenery and the wildlife and everything that comes with it. And my most fond memories that I have in the mountains in general have been on the river and doing river trips, whether it's the Big Hole down in southwest Montana or on the Madison. Never done this before, it's so easy to go out and rent a raft. There's a lot of places, not only retail locations, but through the university that you can go out and do that. And purchasing a raft too is becoming quite inexpensive, and it's just really opened up a lot of opportunities for people to get out and enjoy this way to experience the outdoors.
Fun to be out here with my brother. This is his first legitimate float trip, I guess you could say, and it's really fun to be out here with my dad, and he has so much to show us. There's a lot to learn, and he's a great guide, and it's great to be out here with the family.
I think one of the main reasons I really like being on the river is it really opens, or I guess I become much more aware of, my senses. Like just my sense of smell and the hearing. I love listening to the river, and I love the smell of the river. I love the smell of, I guess you could say, hot pine, if that makes sense. Just kind of that dry, summertime in the woods smell. I just love it. And there's just something about being on the river and just all you do is focusing on what's ahead of you. You're flying in the water, and it just really allows you to kind of forget about all the other mundane things that you have to worry about on a daily basis. So it's good stuff. It's fun.
Home sweet home.
Warm weather is right around the corner, and your local town pump has everything your family needs along with great savings. This month's specials include Budweiser, Miller & Coors 30-pack of cans are just $21.99. Twisted Tea, Angry Orchard, and Traveler 12-pack of cans only $13.99. And Corona 6-pack of bottles just $7.49. With over 90 convenient locations across Montana, we are sure to have everything you need and more.
Find your next adventure at Bob Ward's Sports and Outdoors. Bob Ward's Sports and Outdoors, Montana style.
Anytime we come into a campsite on the river like this, it's really important that we do whatever it takes to leave no trace. And what we've got here is one of these little shake and bakes. And essentially what these are is they're the same material that wildland firefighters use when they're out in the field, and when fire comes over them or whatever, they're able to get in this, and they call them the shake and bake. So we're going to use the same thing, and what this does is actually repels the heat away. And what we do is we set that in the fire pit like that, and then we just want to cover a little bit of it with some sand, just to basically create just a little bit of an insulation against this, because if the fire is sitting right on the shake and bake, it will burn through the shake and bake. And the whole idea is that you're able to lift this up with all the coals, take all the main pieces, like the main burnt pieces of wood out, and then be able to disperse this across either the sand. Now that we've got this, we'll go ahead and put some of our coals. We're gonna be cooking steaks tonight, and we'll put some of the coals right there on that bed of sand on our shake and bake.
The first thing we need to do is get the coals going. I brought some briquettes. They make for great consistent heat for doing steaks and for a lot of the cooking that we're gonna do tonight. Douse these with a little bit of lighter fluid. Well, welcome to Joel's Camp Kitchen. Tonight we're gonna cook up some dinner. We've got some steaks. We're gonna do some roasted vegetables with Italian seasoning, and we've got some French bread, and after that, some peach cobbler. We're gonna start off just by peeling some potatoes. Nice clean bowl. Get a little bit of carrot in there. And then we need some onion. And we're gonna add some mushrooms to this. Big old juicy mushrooms. We're gonna put a little pepper in it too. We'll slice a little bit of this sweet potato up to go in there. Need a chainsaw to get through this stuff. I've got some olive oil, a little bit of garlic salt, garlic powder, some black pepper, and some Italian seasoning. Distribute that mixture over all of the vegetables. We'll distribute it evenly amongst the two trays. Cover these over. We'll set these things right over the coals, just like that. And we'll let those get going there. We are going to make a peach cobbler, and to make it so that it's easier to clean up, We're just going to line the bottom of this with aluminum foil. It's really a simple recipe. You just take a couple of cans of sliced peaches. So I'll pour a little of the syrup off, and then we'll pour these peaches just right in the bottom. Some mixed berries that I'm gonna add with it. So it's a peach berry cobbler. One thing we add is a little bit of Sprite. Oh, and it's bubbling over. It helps with the cooking of it. A few little pats or slices of butter go into here. We take a yellow cake mix, we just pour it around on top. We're gonna go big because we can't go home. We'll put the lid on. And then we got some more coals here for cooking our steaks. Bacon wrapped filet mignons. We're losing our light quick, but it's time to flip these steaks over. They're cooking up really nicely. Steaks are coming off the grill here. Matt's gonna try one out and see how they are. Cool. This is mine because I dropped it in the sand. Oh yeah.
That's good. That's super good.
Veggies are ready. Look at those, baked up over the coals. Living on the river, it's just the life.
It turned out really good.
Great way to end the day.
Oh baby, look at that. Peach cobbler on the river. Oh. It's a little juicy.
It's like cake soup.
That's really good.
Pretty hot.
That's good.
It is good. I think it could go another half hour probably though.
Army-Navy is your hunting headquarters. It's the best place around when you're serious about saving money on the things you need to go hunting. Knife sharpeners, wool gloves, backpacking meals, optics, socks, boots, insoles, stoves. Why, it's a virtual hunter's checklist. All name brands and all at fantastic savings. On Highway 2 in Evergreen and Highway 93 in Whitefish. MontanaArmyNavy.com.
Get out and live it.
This is really good.
We're now breaking down camp. We had a fantastic evening here on the side of the river, had a great dinner, beautiful breakfast this morning, and we had this shake and bake that we used to contain all the coals, so now we're gonna go out and disperse them. It's just a great way to leave no trace in your campsite.
This was the funnest thing I've done in many years. It's the first time I've ever gone down a river like this. The scenery is just incredible. I've never witnessed this kind of beauty consistently for miles and miles and miles. We had a great dinner last night, slept like a baby last night. I don't ever want to go back to the city.
So this particular river that we're floating and fishing today, it's relatively shallow except for a few of these deeper holes that you can see like behind me here. Other than that, most of this river is 2 to 3 feet deep. So what my setup is today is I've got a Sage 1 5 weight. And this particular fly that I'm using today is a Sparkle Minnow from the Montana Fly Company based out of Columbia Falls. And I'll tell you what, this fly has got more large fish in this river system than any other fly that I know of. So it's just a really great streamer, and we're gonna try to target these there's larger browns and a lot larger rainbows in here. We've heard rumors of browns upwards of 25, 26 inches in this river. It's not a very big river, but there's some big fish in here, so we're pretty excited about it. The Montana Fly Company has given us a great arrangement of flies here for us to use on this particular trip. Again, I already mentioned the sparkle minnow, a classic on this river. We also have some big head tods here, some sleazeburgers, and of course we've got a number of mayfly patterns and scuds that we're going to use later on down the river as well. But Montana Fly Company, I mean, these guys just make such great top quality flies. There we go. That's a good fish right there. Oh, sweet. Yeah, you took that sparkle minnow. I'll tell you what, that's just a great fly from the Montana Fly Company. Nice fat rainbow. Great fish. Oh, he's not done yet. He's still working here. Yep. Make sure you wet your hands every time you handle your fish. Beautiful looking rainbow. Take that one any day. Yeah, you love that little sparkle minnow right there. Oh, there we go. There's a good fish. Better. There we go, that's what we're looking for. Nice little rainbow. Yeah, and took that sparkle minnow off the Montana Fly Company. Great little fish.
Counter Assault, the original bear deterrent, has been made, developed, and scientifically tested in Montana for nearly 30 years.
Counter Assault is what I chose for my staff based on my personal experience, scientific testing, and it's the only one that met all the expert recommendations. Spray time and spray distance are important in a bear attack, and Counter Assault has both. As an avid hiker, hunter, and outdoorsman, Counter Assault is my first line of defense in bear country.
Carry what the professionals carry. Counter Assault, Grizzly Tough Bear Spray. Look for the red can.
Here's this week's outdoor report by our friends at Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks.
Collected bees, Lepidoptera.
Insect researcher Hayes Goosey wants to raise the awareness of Montana's bugs.
Small things don't get the attention until they become a big thing, and the pollinators, insects, are easily to overlook.
Insects make up a majority of the world's living organisms. And in Montana, there is a growing need to look at the relationship between bugs and wildlife.
Sage grouse is the umbrella species that they're looking to use, and so much of it is then put on the bird itself, but from the insect perspective, there's so much that goes on that it's really a major piece of the puzzle. Let's see what we got here.
As part of Montana's ongoing sage grouse research, Goosey looks at the importance of bugs on the landscape.
One is a food insect to the sage grouse, but two as beneficial to the ag community. All these rangeland forbs out here are pollinated through pollinators. They're a benefit then to the rangelands, which then are a benefit to the ranchers that are producing here.
As more attention is placed on Montana's insects, more research will be needed.
In a lot of cases, it's an unknown ground. It's sort of the last frontiers, maybe, of research in a lot of what we're doing. There's so much out here right now that we're doing that's just not known.
I'm Winston Greeley, out among Montana's fish, wildlife, and parks.
There we go. It's like another rainbow. Took it on the sparkle minnow. Such a great fly in this river. Oh, that's a slab right there. Look at him. Woo! That is a good fish. That's a pig there. Do that all day long. That's fun. One of the things I really like about floating in Montana in particular is just the lack of people. I mean, we put in today on a beautiful, sunny, hot day in the end of June, and we were the only ones at the put-in. It's just unbelievable. And I think that's one of the things that makes floating in Montana so special. You just don't have the crowds. You're not standing in line for an hour trying to launch your boat or anything like that. Even in some of the more popular rivers like the Missouri or the Madison, you just don't have those wait lines like you do in so many other states. And that's what makes floating in Montana so special. So Lily, what's been your favorite part of the rafting trip so far?
The rapids, because you can bump along and you have to paddle hard to get into the center of the water. And it's pretty much fun getting wet.
Another beautiful river trip. Did you guys have a good time?
Absolutely, it was great.
Nice, excellent. Dale, what do you think of your first river trip?
Oh, amazing. I want to do this again.
All right, let's do it.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, sounds great. How'd you do, Ellie? Did you have fun? Mm-hmm. Excellent, right on. Hey, this is Matt Redding from Big Sky Outdoors, reminding you to get out with your family and friends. We'll see you next week.